I'm a bit creeped out by a guy in my dorm and not sure how to handle him. I just recently started college. I was super nervous but excited about moving into the dorms and leaving home. My parents and brother came to help me move in and see me off. The dorm building looks amazing. It's one of the newer ones near the campus, so it's a modern building and all the decor is fresh. It's really beautiful. Moving in went fine, few tears, but it was okay. I was super excited to start a new chapter in my life. The rooms are single rooms, each has an ensuite shower and toilet in it too, so no having to share facilities. The kitchen is shared as is a common room area with a TV and sofas. It's shared between 8 people and we found out it was 5 girls and 3 guys sharing those areas. I met everyone while moving in and everyone seemed friendly and just as nervous as me. There was one of the guys though who was very interested in me and another girl, both Asian, and began trying to impress us with the 5 words of Japanese he knows and all the anime video game knowledge he has. I'm from the Bay Area and I'm not really all that knowledgeable about my heritage and what's going on in Japan. Even my family in Japan, we don't really have any geeks for me to learn this stuff. I brushed that off, as it's not really the first time it happened. My family moved when I was in high school and I went to somewhere that didn't have many Asian students, so some guys were interested in me based on my looks. So the other girl, I'll call her Trish for this, and we'll call the guy Chris the Creep or just Chris for short. I found out Trish has a boyfriend from high school and he comes to visit her and hang out since he goes to school not very far away. Chris also found this out as Trish told me he'd been talking to her in the common room, and when her boyfriend visited, he seemed to lose a lot of interest in her. The other 2 guys I didn't talk too much, but they seemed nice. They told everyone in the dorm about a party on another floor that they were inviting people in the dorm to. I talked to some of the other girls and Trish, and everyone gets along, which is something I was worried about before coming to college and hearing roommate horror stories. But onto my horror story, Chris also came to that party and pretty much followed me around all night. We spoke a little, but he mostly just seemed to be walking around anywhere I was and watching me. After I left, he walked with me and another girl back to the dorm. She wasn't feeling well and I'd had enough, so I said I'd walk back with her and he invited himself to help too. He pretty much ignored her and started asking me questions about boyfriends and if my parents will only let me date Asian boys. What the fuck? Anyway, since the first week of moving in, anytime I'm in the kitchen or common areas, he's there. The only time I get a break is when he has classes, but I don't think he goes to all of them, and he's talking about changing one of them to one of my classes. I made some other friends, and I've been eating with them a lot recently. He's even showing up in those areas we eat. You could argue it's coincidence because it's a popular spot for students to go, but it feels like he's been spying on me. My room has a lock at least, so he can't come in here, not that he hasn't tried.